Blog Talk Radio.
Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery through music, news, events, and festivals taking place within and not limited to the clean and sober community.
Hey, good morning. John Hollis with Waking Up Blessed. Listening live this morning at rockersinrecovery.com or on Facebook. September the 7th, 2018. We got our friend Daniel Holt coming on. Basics extraordinaire. Man can play a bass like an amazing thing. So we're going to be talking to him about some music, and we're going to be talking to him about other Waking Up Blessed issues. Waking Up Blessed is about starting our day with inspirational stories of experience, strength, and hope. I want to thank our friends at SoberMap app. Check them out at SoberMap.com. You can download the app to your phone, find local meetings in your area. And, of course, starting our day, Waking Up Blessed is a great day, any day that we can wake up blessed and forge through the day with a mission of helping others. And most importantly, mad, glad, or sad, we don't get to pick up no matter what today. Our life, my life is not all a bed of roses, that's for sure. The good news is I get to deal with it totally different than I used to deal with stuff. I'm going to bring my friend Daniel on, and we're going to talk to him about what Waking Up Blessed means to him. Good morning, Daniel, and welcome to the show. Thanks for being a part of Waking Up Blessed.
Good morning, beautiful. How are you today?
Hanging in there, brother. Did you get your coffee?
You know something? I'm kind of trying to brew one as we... I just pushed the button. Life has got better already.
Are you trying to tell us you're good at pushing buttons? Do you wash your cup
out or just rinse it out every time?
I rinse it, but listen, here's my question for you. All right, since we brought up button pushing. Are you good at pressing buttons?
Oh, shit. I have to try not to, you know? I have to try
Mr.
not
Holt,
to press. We're talking interactions with other people and places and things, right?
That's correct. I'm just, some days, I push buttons. Some days my buttons get pushed. But here's the good news. I got a 10th step at the end of the day. So here's my question for you this morning. What does Waking Up Blessed mean to you?
Waking Up Blessed is easy when I think of where I've been. To get free of this disease, to wake up alive, clean, food, shelter, clothing, is a blessing I never expected. I never thought possible. And so that's the first cup. A little gratitude just to start off, because it's better than it was no matter what. I got to remember that stuff. I got to remember that. Even in the big, like you said, when bumps in the road come, that's part of life. At least we're living instead of dying.
So what is music is a big component of your life, and it means a lot to you. And making some noise is what Daniel likes to do. So how important is music and your recovery and, utilizing that?
Fun is important, and making noise is fun. And I just love it. It's part of therapy. It's like a meeting and meditation and everything else, all these little ingredients that help us, help some moments, make us feel good. I don't know, man. We made some noise last night. It was a lot of fun. Hectic chaos, but always a blessing. This is stuff we couldn't do. I couldn't do this stuff, and now I get a chance to. It's a little bizarre. Tell me, what's going on in Tallahassee?
Yeah, man. Tallahassee is a very unique place, I can tell you that, Daniel. So the good news is that they've been very, very good to Lori in her current situation with her breast cancer, and Leon County Health and when she was first diagnosed was like right on top of it. Man, it was amazing because I've never seen anything like it before, and they were there, to help her and to get her through, the first, month or month and a half of being able to navigate the whole system and learning how to navigate the whole system and teaching all of us, teaching me, teaching Chris, teaching her how to navigate through this whole system of cancer and cancer treatment and, lumpectomies and, all of the rest of the learning curve that we had to go through. But something, it's, overall a very, very nice place with very nice people, and, God directs us where we're supposed to go. If you had told us, because we had looked at like 10 other places before we decided on Tallahassee, and we took a year and a half looking at different places, and when we finally made the decision to move here, I believe that it was God-inspired, and, that's how things work.
I love the way it works.
Mm.
I love and man, what a mountain of stuff to go through into the unknown, the uncertainty, the newness. When the HP steps in, when I let it.
Yeah.
So you're
It's a
walking
true
through
statement, man.
stuff. That's a beautiful thing. And I love the way you get stuff together to help other souls that are. It's almost like, when you were describing that, it was almost like a freaking sponsor and the higher power in the program, guiding stuff through new, uncertain waters, uncomfortable fear, all this stuff that we need to walk through, and you help souls out doing that.
I think what it's done is, it's a huge clarity. It's also Lori's recovery month this month. She celebrates 19 years on the 14th, and to be able to see her go through what she's going through, which is, trust me, she's on her second dose of chemo. And it's horrifying, the side effects, the chemo side effects. But to see her go through it with as much dignity as possible, and not to fall into the whole pain medication victim thing, because, there are certain times where she is in pain and she's going through that painful thing, but she was going through it with her hip and all of that and wasn't using the whole pain medicine thing. So I have found that watching her do that gives me so much hope, not just on the pain med end of it, but she doesn't have to, reach for something. She prays. She does a lot of other things. She, even in her times right now, she's reading. She's absorbing whatever she can to give her hope and strength to get through what's, hey, listen, we can all talk about addiction, but when you're staring down the barrel of cancer, it's a totally different animal. And to be able to have that faith and that strength and to still be able to carry a program while you're going through it is inspiration to me. So I get to wake up blessed every day and see inspiration right in front of me that, mad, glad, or sad, I don't have to pick up today, no matter what.
I get the same thing from watching others and watching you and watching Lori and watching some of the ones I love go through some amazing stuff. And they might not feel graceful and they might not feel like they got it together, but they're walking through it with admirable strength, inner strength. And I love it. It's an inspiration. It gives me hope, and it gives me gratitude, man. Watching souls, and that helps me. I asked a friend, because I don't know how to struggle. I don't know how to deal internally with all this outside stuff a lot. And I don't really my problems are nowhere. That thing, we throw our problems on the table, we'll take ours back. And I got a friend, and I asked her about it. I said the same thing. How do you deal with all this stuff? You got family and health problems and loved ones and jobs and craziness and bills and all this madness that's out there. How do you deal with it? And the most beautiful response, love and a higher power is what carries her through moment to moment, day by day. And it doesn't seem
and I would also add to that a few close friends. Because what happens, I think, it's kind of funny. I have people that reach out to me all the time, and they're like, "Hey, how's Lori?" I'm like, "Why don't you call her?" You know what I mean? Hey,
she's a rock star, by the way. You know that, right?
She is
she's
a rock
star of all of us. We might make noise, but she's rocking.
Oh man, and here, hey, listen, that's another thing I came to understand. We don't have to have an instrument in our hands to make noise. Being a rocker in recovery, when we first made Rockers in Recovery a thing, in a radio show, it was because we were both into going to music and going to concerts and listening to rock and roll, and we were rockers in recovery. And it morphed into, having musicians a part of it and doing festivals and doing events. But it all started out as a radio show talking about what? Our love for music and, bringing on some really cool guests, and like yourself. And, what we have come to understand today, that Rockers in Recovery is so much more than that, man. And
so much more.
Really, yeah. I mean, listen, get out of the way, because if you had told us back in 2008, that it would be what it is today, we would have told you, hey, listen, stop smoking the pipe, put it down.
Right.
It just
you've elevated
wasn't
it
like
into such a. You've elevated the whole thing and the whole field to such a love and support for all kinds of different causes in all kinds of different places. It has been a fantastic journey. It's just amazing
I
stuff.
think that God is large and in charge, because, hey, listen, it really has nothing to do with, I believe that it has to do with us getting up, guys like me and you getting up and going and doing something for somebody else. Yes, I believe that helping others is part of it. I believe the media aspect of it and the company aspect of it has to stay healthy, because if it doesn't stay healthy, then what happens? So I had to learn that whole learning curve. It's all great and altruistic, but if you have a company base that isn't healthy, financially or emotionally or physically or spiritually, it's going to show up in other places.
Yeah.
So that was a whole learning curve, man. It was something I needed to come to understand, because I'm a ninth grade dropout, man. I had no clue what was going on.
You made it to ninth grade?
Hey, listen, by the grace of God.
By the grace of God. Oh my God.
Well, listen, I want to bring up something that I think is really kind of a cool thing, and I want to ask you about it. What do you think of the whole? There's a lot of different things out there now. There's so many different live stream advocates, and everybody is really trying to, bring the message forward. What do you think of the whole music campaigns that are out there? They're huge, man. I mean, they're going on everywhere. Every event that they're doing now for Recovery Month has a music component in it. That wasn't like that for years, man. So what do you think of that whole thing?
I think it's kind of wonderful. I'm sure there's, pros and cons to everything, but I think it's kind of wonderful the way the things have blossomed. There's so much. It's like, oh, this is a good idea, and we're going to do it, and somebody else is like, oh, this is a great idea too. Let's do our version, our interpretation of it, and it just there is so many, from Sober in the Sun to Clean and Serene to all the little parties and rockers. There's so much stuff, probably globally. I have no idea because I'm local. But I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful the way things bloom. They're like souls. You know what I mean? We
and watching them. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we start out, we get cleaned, and then life can really be something fantastic as we bloom into it, and that on a personal level. And then we look at things like the industry and the recovery and the message and the campaigns and it's fantastic. Fantastic. I'm sure there's cons to it too, but on the other hand, it's never been like it is today, and that's a wonderful thing.
You're in New Hampshire, correct?
Next door, same thing, Vermont.
Vermont.
I mean, we're the same.
So,
yeah.
what is it like in the state of Vermont for the camaraderie of the recovery advocates and recovery message as a whole?
I think it's getting better. There's more reaching out. There's more things showing up. The street level treatment centers and the recovery houses and the meetings and the when you do things like bring Rockers in Recovery into Maine, right? We did that thing at the it brings more awareness. It inspires more people. It shows what can be done with just a little energy. Just a little, hey, this is a good idea. Let's have a meeting outdoors at the lake. Let's try to get some of these people from the hospital out and show them what can be. It's growing up here. It's nowhere near the size and capacity, but we're in the sticks, man. In the community here, the people in recovery are pretty solid. It's amazing. I thought I was like double digits was huge down in Florida. And I get up here and I meet these people with like 35, 40 years, people that knew ABT and all these people out of the, the AA book and stuff. And these are the guys that are like some of the roots. I was humbled, and I need that all the time.
You brought up something that was, that's really kind of an important thing when you look at the whole spectrum of the recovery process. There's this whole anonymity thing that says, and there's a lot of the old timers that are in the rooms that will tell you, hey, listen, me and you shouldn't be on the radio talking about recovery right now. We shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be doing that. And part of the whole theory and the process behind Rockers in Recovery when we first started the radio show was really about talking about the recovery process and talking about fun and recovery and other things that you can do. It wasn't about to get on and talk about, 12-step approaches or 12-step organizations or anything like that. It was really to talk about the recovery process. Now, you have to intergrade into your conversations at times 12-step philosophies, especially if you work them, but I'm not somebody that's going to get on the air and say this is the 12-step organization I work with and I'm part of, and most importantly, I'm never going to say that they endorse anything that Rockers in Recovery does, because I would be breaking every tradition that they put out there, So that being said, what do you think the anonymous part of the program, do you think it is bad in the long run and hiding in the shadows, or do you think it's still something good?
No, I think I love that we've come out of the shadows. I love that it's popular and known and current and things we can talk about. When I read those old stories from back in the early black and white, you know what I mean? And there was a stigma attached to it, and it was hush-hush, and it was shameful, and it was looked down upon, and it was almost like, you know what I mean? It was something that, we can't deal with it, so let's not talk about it. Don't mention any names. Don't let anyone know. And that, I think, is toxic to recovery. These souls need to be able to be in the sunlight, to talk. And I'm not talking breaking anonymity by saying, Bob's an addict and I saw him yesterday. I'm not talking about that. There's still, we have to respect the individuals. But the fact that the entire recovery stuff, AA, NA, and everything has come out of the shadows, and we can talk about it openly and talk about it freely and listen to our congressmen and senators on C-SPAN talk about the problems, get it out in the open, get the hell out of the shadows. Because I lived in that disease of shadows for so long. I don't ever want to be back, and I don't want any soul to feel like they're sitting in the shadows. They got to be in the sun, man. That's where we grow.
Good stuff, dude. Good stuff. And I'm so glad that you were on Waking Up Blessed this morning. And in closing, if you had to talk with somebody out there that is struggling, maybe they're, relapsing, they're having issues, or they've never had a face of recovery before, what would you say to those folks?
Hell, I'd say call me, 802-365-7541. Call somebody. Call anybody. You know,
Daniel's a great guy to actually call. 802-365-7541. Daniel's a great guy. He can really, he's compassionate and loving, and you know.
And I got no life. I'd love for you to call me if you're struggling, because I got nothing to do. You'd really be helping me out. It's just me and a cup of coffee, man. Really.
You're the best, bro. You are so cool.
I love you. My love to you and Lori and Chris.
Hey, listen, we look forward to talking to you more about, we're trying to put something together for the 21st of October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We'll know more here actually over the next couple of days, and we'll be in touch. But, it's going to be something small. We just want to be able to support Leon County and all they did for Lori. So more will be revealed. And in the meantime, we look forward to holding you in reserve to bring you back on Waking Up Blessed and letting the people know what recovery means to you and what Waking Up Blessed means to you.
Anything I can do for you, John, anytime. You know that I love you.
All right, brother. Well, we love you, too. We look forward to having you back on. Daniel, you have a blessed day.
Cool.
All right, man.
Be blessed.
All right, guys. All right, Daniel Holt, Waking Up Blessed, live right here on Waking Up Blessed on Rockers and Recovery Radio at rockersandrecovery.com. Check us out Monday through Friday at 9 a.m., and you can do that on East Coast Standard Time. And you can do it right at rockersandrecovery.com. You can also check us out at Rockers and Recovery on Facebook if you want to check and sign up to be a part of Rockers in Recovery, and also our newsletter, the Waking Up Blessed newsletter. You can click at the sign up button and be a part of Rockers in Recovery on Facebook, and of course our newsletters. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of our world. Look forward to speaking with everybody first thing Monday morning. All right, guys.
Rockers in Recovery Radio is based on opinion only and is not meant to treat or diagnose any health or mental health issue of any kind. If you feel you need help for any health-related issues, please contact a physician or mental health professional. The opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily those of Rockers in Recovery.
Keep your OTR trucking business rolling. Make TaxesForTruckers.com your partner to handle the money side. TaxesForTruckers.com can help you pay less taxes, keep your books, and track your finances to stay on the road towards your goals. Get started at TaxesForTruckers.com. That's taxes, the number 4, truckers.com.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.